Welcome everybody to this week's edition of MasterChef Teacher Schuyler Edition. How did I get my chef name? Well, I made a hat and I bought some food. You can do it too. I'm gonna help you make your own treats at home. So these are treats that I've enjoyed growing up, all the way to my adult self as I am right now. By the end of this video, you guys will be professionals at making American treats. You guys get to pick one that you want to create yourself. All right, so we're gonna start with the easiest one, and this is an American classic, the root beer float. All it is root beer, ice cream, and a couple friends to enjoy them with. So the first ingredient is this thing right here. This is not Pepsi or Coca-Cola. This is called root beer. A lot of Americans love this stuff, including yours truly. It tastes delicious. You can get this at Tops. Each one of these, only 16 baht. The second ingredient, which is the most important and the most delicious, is vanilla ice cream. That's ice cream with only vanilla in it. No chocolate chips, no funny business, just the vanilla, okay? I got Nestlé, it's French, and I got this at Tesco Express. I think it was 50 baht. Very cheap. On top of that, you need your tools. You have glasses, a spoon, and a smile. Step number one, we'll start with the hard stuff, vanilla ice cream. All right, so what you wanna do is you wanna take your glass, scoop as much as you want. Doesn't matter if it gets a little messy. I like to fill mine all the way up to the rim, because a lot of it's gonna melt as soon as you put the soda in. Doesn't matter if it gets a little messy. Now, if you have some whipped cream, even better. You can put it on top. If you have cherries or strawberries or even candy, sprinkles, put those on top. Wow the neighbors. So I fill mine to the top. I'll go ahead and make two for our friendly cameraman over here. Now, if you want to know a little life hack on these, not many other Americans do this. This is how I eat mine. I'll take mine and I'll pack it down, okay? That way it stays in the bottom, and you pour the root beer in, and as you eat, you can scoop some of it. So I'll leave that spoon in there. I got my two glasses. Clean up as we go, as Mom always said. Keep that to the side. And we're gonna go ahead and crack the root beer. Oh yeah, and all that foam in there. It's carbonation. Now guys, this is not real beer. It's called root beer. It's just words. It's not actually beer, okay? I like to tip my cup a little bit so I gotta keep some of the carbonation. And I will pour that in there. It's gonna foam a lot because of the ice cream. So you wanna go slow. The slower you go, the more soda you get inside. Now that cream on top, that tastes like cream soda. And that's how you get cream soda. You use root beer and cream. This one is the unpacked root beer. So you can see on the one that I just poured, let's let that settle. The one that I just poured, we have all of this foam right here. If you're smart, you'll come back in like 3 minutes. Oh, I lost my ice cream on the bottom. If you're smart, you'll come back in like 3 minutes and add a little bit more. That way you get away with drinking a little more sugar without Mom seeing, okay? Now you'll get this nice foam in it. And this is basically just the ice cream mixing with the soda and makes a cream. It doesn't taste like root beer anymore. Let's add a little more root beer to this. And at this point, if you have any whipped cream, and have a beautiful mound of luxurious, delicious whipped cream, and you can put a cherry right on top. But it's as easy as that. Root beer floats. Just like Mom made them. All right, here's one for the cameraman. All right, guys, let's move on to the next dessert. All right, so this next one is the heart and soul of America. I've never met an American that has not eaten a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Let's take a look at how to make one. So for ingredients, this takes 3 ingredients, 4 if you want to cook it. But it's just like the name sounds. Peanut butter, jelly, and it's a sandwich, so you need your bread. I got my bread, you can get your bread pretty much anywhere, but they had the nice fluffy stuff at Kyong. And then I got this at Sentosa. I actually got both of these at Sentosa. I think this was 60 baht, and I think this was like 40. Sentosa was the cheapest price I could find. Then I got butter, that was from Tesco Lotus Express. And then as far as tools go, you'll need, if you want to cook it, you'll need a skillet. You can also use a pan and just cook it in the pan and flip it. You'll need a knife to spread some butter, that way it doesn't stick, and to cut the sandwich in half so you can eat it. Other than that, that's all you need. So, there's a great debate in America on what you start with first. Mama always taught me to start with the jelly first, that way you don't get it dirty. My mom makes this stuff at home, so this stuff is like gold in our house. This stuff is store-bought. It's strawberry, and I know it's fresh because I heard the pop, so it's a brand new jar. Let's get a close-up of this. You'll notice that the jelly is pretty solid. Here's my little life hack. I like to take the jelly and mix it up. That way there's no chunks. That way when I put it on the bread, it'll be nice and smooth. Okay? So now that my jelly's all mixed up, I'll go ahead and get it off the knife and I'll prepare my bread. Let's start with this one. This one I won't cook. Got my 2 pieces of white bread. You guys can use whatever type of bread you like, but the best one is white bread. All right, so here's an important part. Bread is what we call asymmetrical, which means that it's not the same on both sides. So this is important for when you're making a sandwich. You want to flip this out and put them on these sides. Because if it was like this, you'd have a weird looking sandwich. But if you have it like this, they'll line up nice and even. Okay, so I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna fold it open, and I'm gonna start with the jelly side. So what I like to do is I like to pour, now that it's not all chunky, pour it right in the center. And we can always add more later if we want. And what you want to do is spread all the way out to the sides. So I actually have a strawberry chunk in there, even better. You just don't want jelly chunks. So it looks like we're gonna need some more jelly, because I like jelly. Okay. So notice I'm getting all the way to the outside of the bread. Okay. Now some people do a lot of jelly, some people do barely any. It depends on how sweet you want your sandwich. I like mine sweet. Okay. So now we're done with the jelly. This is the part that your mom will get mad at you if you ruin the peanut butter. So you want to take your knife and you want to clean it off. That way you don't get jelly inside your peanut butter. It's now nice and clean. Now guys, I don't suggest you use a sharp knife. You should be using like a butter knife or a spreader of some sort. So I only have this one knife and I already spent my income on the ingredients. So this is a brand new Skippy. I like to go with the creamy. The chunky gets kind of messy and it kind of rips up the bread. So this is a brand new pack of creamy peanut butter. So I'm gonna take a big chunk of that, pull it out, and start spreading. I like to go pretty thin on my peanut butter because it gets kind of dry if you put too much. That way because you remember you're gonna blend it with the peanut or the strawberry. So it doesn't need to be too much. You just want the peanut butter flavor. I mean, you can go overkill, but that's not necessary. But just like the jelly, I'm gonna go right out to the edges and just like that. You don't want any dry parts because that's a bite wasted. All right. A little bit on the sides there, that's fine. All right, so now we got our 2 slices. Now, just like I pulled them apart, I'm going to piece them together. Ready? Now we have our peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the peanut butter. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in half. Also something that my mom used to do. Now this is another great debate. Do I cut it long way or do I cut it into triangles? I like triangles, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, let's pull that apart. You got your peanut butter and jelly. Now this is some really fluffy bread. So I should have put a little more peanut butter on there. That's okay. We're gonna put this one to the side. I'm gonna make a second one, and then we're gonna put that one in the skillet. All right, so for this next part, you might need help from one of your parents. You're also gonna need some butter and a skillet. Now, depending on how hard your butter is, you have a choice here. You can put butter directly on the skillet, but what you're supposed to do is put it directly on the bread. I'm gonna open my butter and see what I get. Don't worry about using a lot of butter. Okay, so this actually looks soft enough, so I might actually put it directly on the bread. So I'm gonna put both sides. Right. Now this is hot on both sides, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in. And see the sizzle? Add some of my butter and close it. Wait until that's about golden brown. You're cooking. All right, so it's been about 2 minutes. Now, if you had a skillet, you could actually see what's going on, but I have no idea. But it smells about ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. And she's perfect. A little squished because I have a lot of bread in there, but let's go ahead and take her out. You wanna be very careful not to burn yourself. And we'll put it on the plate. All right, so there you have it. 2 different styles of peanut butter and jelly. So this is my freshly cooked one, and it looks delicious. Let me go ahead and try that. That's amazing. You should do this one. Let me try this one right here, see how it goes. This one, the bread is really thick. If you guys have a choice, I would get thinner bread. So, this is good for picnics. If you want to take them out, really good to eat on the go. These are good if you're at home. So good. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, so we're on our third and final one of this video. Remember, you guys can always make your own dish, whatever one you choose, as long as it's American. But this ingredients, I said that peanut butter and jelly was the soul of America. This is the heart of America. This is called the s'more, not some more, s'more. I know, weird, right? It's S''more. And the 3 ingredients are Hershey's chocolate, and we got our mallows. I got this at Tops and Central. And then the third one is graham crackers. Now, you guys don't know them as graham crackers, and you might not know them at all. In fact, these might not even be graham crackers. I have no idea. But graham crackers look like this. I got these for 12 baht at Sentosa. All right? Other things that you're going to need is a knife, and I'll explain why in a second. And you might recognize this stick. This is a stick off of our mulberry plant from our science class. This is a very important thing for the s'more process. And if you want to come closer, camera person, I'm going to gently take off the bark at the end until it's pointy. I don't want any bark touching my mallow. And if you guessed it, we're going to be using the stick to roast the mallow. Americans call marshmallows mallows because we're annoying. So we'll make it nice and pointy. So now I have a nice pointy edge, clean edge for the mallow. Now, the absolute most important ingredient for this is a heat source. Now, you can use a burner at home where fire comes out, but for this, we're actually gonna go outside to my front porch and we're gonna have a little bit of a barbecue so I can cook these mallows. Let's go. All right, guys, so open your mallows. I'm gonna go ahead and roast 2 just to save time here. Little life hack. You can roast 2 at one time. Now the trick is to not burn it. If it's on fire, it's not good. Okay, you want a golden brown. You're looking for a golden brown color. It'll slide right on. There we go. We'll start roasting. Now you don't want to put it directly in the fire. You want to slowly turn it, and you'll know it's finished when it starts swelling. Now it's okay if you guys have a light coal going. It'll work the same. You can get closer and it won't light on fire. Twist, twist. So notice how they're starting to get a little bit bigger. This is what you want, and you want a golden brown to get a little bit of black. But almost ready. If you can slide right off the stick, you're doing good. Well, this one's starting to fall off the stick. That's the way you want it. Okay guys, so these are not graham crackers, but they'll work just the same. So you can see that the mallow is all the way gooey. Okay, that's exactly what you want. Put your chocolate directly on your graham, or as they say it in the movies, you put the mallow on the graham. And what you'll do is you'll just slide this right off. Just like that. Now, here comes the best part. And for the close-up, we're gonna put it right on. Then you wanna squish it down a little bit till it comes out the sides. That, my friends, is a s'more. Let's give it a try. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Now it's your turn to show me what you got. Let's see your videos. I'm going to help you learn to make your own treats at home. Let's eat it. It's so good. I want you to try these, these are so good. Can you open the door?
Oh.
It's not working correctly. We gotta hurry. Ready? All right, guys.
It's just the polite thing to say. I stop.